Today we are in the city of Santi Espiritus and we are going to be touching on a super interesting topic, or at least I find it super interesting to touch on, so that you can understand the differences between state-owned restaurants and establishments and private sector restaurants here in Cuba. The differences, I tell you, are huge. The treatment, the quality, the prices, etc. Stay tuned for today's video. Hello everyone and welcome once again to my channel. In case you don't know me, I'm Anita Mateo, I'm Cuban, and I make YouTube videos about what life is like in Cuba, how we Cubans live, the day-to-day reality here in Cuba. I invite you to subscribe from now on. You'll enjoy this video. Click the red subscribe button below. Today is a very beautiful day with lots of sun. And I have a special guest who you've already seen here on the channel other times. Hello. Leti Caballero is another YouTuber from Santiago, Cuba. Spirits, go check out her videos too. Every time I see you, Leti, we make food videos. That's what I'm going to say. Why do we make food videos?
Because I don't eat
that much. I don't know why Anita
invites me
to the food videos, and I know how. In fact, I'm watching The Lord of the Cupcake and the things we bought that time over there, and I'm already craving them. In today's short video, I proposed to Leti to make a video I've wanted to do for a while, but hadn't gotten around to for some reason. Compare how state food establishments versus private, which here we call particular, compare it in terms of quality, location, price, well, those basic things that are compared. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to try to go eat at a place of the state and then to a private place here in Cuba. Try to buy the same thing to compare it. And well, that's very obvious. Which one is going to win?
Was it there? Where to cut?
Yeah. Exactly, but I still want to show you what the difference is so you can see more or less. So let's start with today's little video. Well, there's a lot of sun talking to you when I see you. Yes, sir. Like we have a coffee. So now for the video. Hello, how are you? Look, Leti. I, of course, am not from here, from Santiago Spirit. We will visit multiple private state locations. First, we are going to start with the state, talk about the things of the state. Many closed due to coronavirus disease, and many did not open anymore. I don't know why. They also don't have raw materials.
Most acquired that way of carrying to, or
either buy to take away, but so that I can sit in a place of the state. So I don't think there are many options. We're going to try to find some so you can see. When I was little, it was much more common to eat in state places because there wasn't so much of the private thing. Street vending has become more prevalent in recent years. While it didn't officially exist and wasn't allowed before, it has been almost permitted for some time now. And that has completely overshadowed the state things. Private institutions always offer better quality due to increased competition and higher standards. So we're going to compare anyway. So we're going to visit some state facilities, first here in the city center, to see how it goes. Well, look, here's Leti having a little coffee. We came to this hotel, which is a city hotel, and well, we ordered a coffee. But look how strange this is. Obviously, this is from the state, right?
a hotel.
Where foreigners come, right? Yes, yes. And look at this. This is a cut, but look, this is Puma. This is very strange. It's weird. It's weird. I don't even know what to think. What was cut for me? For me, what is one? I don't know. What cut was cutting? A powdered milk that's no good. I don't know what they put in it. Is yours like this too? Yes, but it has improved a bit.
Moving it, but yes, it is strange.
And how much does it cost?
This coffee, for me, is it 50 pesos?
Wow, ni?
Ah, yeah.
Look, this place is from Palmaras, a Lithuanian restaurant. This is like a chain from the state. I think they sell pizzas here, and I was told they weren't bad.
No, they're not bad.
All right, let's take a closer look at the prices. Look at the deals here. There are cheese pizzas, minced meat pizzas, old clothes pizzas, vegetable pizzas. These are the deals. And the pizzas don't look bad. Look at that woman there eating pizza. It doesn't look so bad. The prices are very similar to the private sector. I mean, 2.80, how much would that be? $2 and a little bit more, or
less, because the dollar was more expensive.
But I tell you, the state dollar is now around 120, give or take $2.
Still, it's money that's not so cheap either.
But what is true is that the place is smaller because I don't know it's the availability that my house has. State places are always bigger and private ones are smaller. Look, here we have a state restaurant. When I was little, I used to come and eat a lot. This place is called Patio del Bolero, while that one over there is named Los Parados. They used to sell pizzas, they used to sell things, but nowadays they don't sell anymore. I mean, it's open, but I think they don't let you in. You can't go in to consume, you can't do anything. I think you just have to order through the window. Isn't it closed?
Well,
yesterday it seemed like they were selling soda and such here at this door. I think it's this way over there. Let's see this too. This is food. Also look, Italian food. This is from the state. This is the unemployed income. They have their little tables set up. They have everything like that. Well, it's not very clean. It's not very organized. But it has the place there, the availability, the size, since it's from the state, the location. Right here on the boulevard, the central part of the city. But you can't enter, consume, or do anything. Why would this be? Is it because there's no food?
Coronavirus disease caused it to be given at one point, but later it was no longer provided.
So it seems that everything closed because of coronavirus disease, but there's no longer coronavirus disease. I mean, there's coronavirus disease, but not at the level that existed before. Dangerous. One's right there. What do they work on if not attending to people? And they don't open anymore. It's closed and it's 10 o'clock at night. This is like the kitchen area here. It appears they are preparing food for takeout sales, not for dining in. Look, this is another state restaurant, El Cochinito, and this is like what they sell. Several say UEB, which I don't know the meaning of right now. I'll look it up online and include the information here. It's something like it's state-owned. Here they sell more Cuban food, pork chop, at $225, rice, moro, white rice. But as you can see, it's not lunchtime or anything yet. I'm unsure if anyone comes here to eat.
Yes, and to take away as well.
Yes, there are options for everyone, including cheaper and more expensive ones that you can also take away. Well, the lady who was there also told us you can't dine in as it's only for takeout, like most state-owned establishments here currently. Yeah, I mean, you go pay and take your food, but you can't use all that wasted space, right? Yes?
For nothing.
For nothing there because you can't do anything with it. Look here, another state establishment of the city, the sandwich house. Lots of space. Everything very with its little tables. It's open, but as you can see, there's no one, and the people who work seem to do nothing. Look at the girl sitting there. Let's see what she does, but it's not visible on the camera here. And this supposedly is the PAN house, right? Of the sandwich. And then look at what they are selling. Cheese slices for 20 pesos, Coracan soda, and bulk sweet wine. Do you see bread over there? Me neither. So, well, it doesn't really live up to the name of its purpose. When can it be used for so many things? They placed you at the entrance with this small table, allowing you to order as you wish, but limiting your actions. Letty, have you ever eaten here? Here, it seems like people never they don't come to the state one, people prefer the private one because, well, look at this. Well, we are in search of a state place where we can try their delicacies, and we haven't been able to find it. Now we're going to the pizzeria, which was like the classic pizzeria here from Santi Espiritu. When I was a girl, I did come to this pizzeria because it was the only thing there was. It was the most because everything was state-owned, because there were no private possessions. It was the best thing, and I did come a lot with my mom. We came to eat, and it was super cheap, I remember. You could come, and it was delicious back then. Now, I don't know. Let's see if it's available now. Let's go there.
Was it also a place where they sold bread with chorizo here? Yes, there they sold bread with chorizo, but they closed and have never opened again. It's closed there.
And this is a fish market? This is a fish market? And do they sell anything there?
There now. This week they just happened to open. Yes, they opened the day before yesterday there. And there. Well, that's where my mom buys the cat food.
It's funny to me because it says a sea of possibilities, but you go in there and what you find is a puddle, because there is no sea, because there aren't many possibilities. Honestly, the Slovenians are very funny. They present it as the best, and in reality, there is nothing. Look here, legend has it they used to sell hot dogs, and people here loved it. And what do they sell now? Peek out so you can see. Let's peek out. There's nothing. Nothing, no, but literally nothing. Look.
The offers, nothing. There was a time when they did sell, when we were starting the houses, the biggest houses. No, there's nothing. But there was a time when they sold you, for example, sodas there from the Tika. Do you remember the sodas? For 10 pesos.
Back then, but
If you didn't eat a bread, you couldn't buy a soda. Exactly, you had to buy the bread obligatorily to then buy sodas.
Well, this is the
official pizzeria, Pizzeria La Sicilia. I recall you entered from here. Letty, there are pizzas for 40 pesos. I think we'll make it. Let's buy here to show you a state pizza. Cheese spaghetti and cheese pizzas. I mean, there aren't many offers. And a little soda, sweetheart. Let's continue. Oh, there it is. Super hot. We got the state pizza. This is what a Cuban pizza looks like. This is the famous Cuban pizza, which is like this, folded, round, and small. And this one is, in this case, from the state. It has quite a lot of cheese. I'm surprised because the other day I bought a street one that didn't have much cheese. I expected it to be worse, but surprisingly it's not that bad. It's ugly, but the Cuban pizza is not bad. It's good. If you come to
try the street pizza in Cuba one day.
The Cuban street pizza is one of the most delicious things. In fact, I think that like in other countries, people who have left and have opened businesses, Cuban pizza, because it's super delicious. Let's try this and see how it is. Well, let's go to try the 40 peso pizza from the state. 40 pesos doesn't even reach $1. Those are cents. Letty is a bit skeptical to try it. I'm not hungry. If you want the little butt, yes, it has the cheese.
The melted cheese is the tastiest part.
Not with me, but it's not horrible, it's not bad, it's like for eating, like you're hungry and you pass by there. It's cheap, you can eat it. Not everyone can afford to give 300 pesos with a cheese pizza. There are places in the state that they have less quality, but I can tell you that this one was not so bad. What is true, the place is not nice, it's not cozy, not many people go there. But well, let's now go to the particular part. Let's see how it goes. It's already lunchtime, so I'm hungrier now. So you can see the difference. Well, look, we found one here. It's one of the most famous ones here in a particular restaurant. It's open and it says it has air conditioning. Is there electricity in this neighborhood, Letty? Letty says there is electricity in Brazil. Well, look, this one seems to have its profile in reviews at Trio Advisory and everything. This is one of the best ones here. It's more expensive, it's more expensive. Well, let's see how the prices are. But, well, if the food is good, we have to play it like that. There is no one to attend to you from outside. Well, here we have. And very important, air conditioning. Well, we had to leave there because they weren't selling pizza, which is what we were looking for to compare. It was delicious with a beautiful atmosphere. Air conditioning and electricity gave it an advantage. We'll keep searching for another place with pizzas. Thanks. Well, for being from here, there is also air conditioning. The place is spacious and nice, as Letty mentioned. Many private places have also suffered from shortages. They also lack many offers because everything is hard to acquire. and I see the prices quite similar to private places we've been visiting. In fact, yes, I don't see it as expensive. The basic pizza with cheese is quite good and cheaper than the Italian place, which is a rip-off. Yes, and they look quite big because we've already seen people eating. What are you going to order? Some Hawaiian? Some Hawaiian? Well, look, the pizzas have arrived. You can see the difference is quite big. Letty, look at Letty's face and the size of the pizza. You can already figure it out. Your own conclusions about what the quality is like. As for the food, of course, the prices vary a lot, but this influences the size of the pizza. Some things, and this is with food in general, the Creole food sold by many state and private establishments, particularly the private ones, is going to be more delicious. Another thing that we didn't talk about, and it's important to talk about, is the treatment, which is very different. Do you realize, because in state establishments, what the treatment is like?
If the treatment
It's very, sometimes they ignore you. We're not going to say
that they treat you badly, let's say that, but they really don't treat you as well as they treat you in these places, because
it's like
their salary depends on treating you well, ensuring you have a good time, and making you want to return.
happens is that state establishments have their fixed salary fixed. It doesn't matter if you come or not. Regardless of their sales or treatment, their prices remain constant. But in private ones, of course, it depends on many things. It depends on, they treat you better to make you feel good as a customer and return, of course.
So that's like the capitalist mindset, isn't it? That your earnings depend on what you work and what...
They should distribute their little tip and such. So, well, we left a tip for the boy. Here it is customary to leave a tip, and they gave us some broad beans because it is also customary to take what you didn't eat. Things are very expensive here to leave almost half the pizza. Let's go, Letty. We've already said goodbye. I hope you really liked this video, that you liked my company. Go visit their channel too, and that this video has been interesting for you. I send you a big kiss and see you next Friday in an upcoming video. Bye.